What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Unhinged Talk. As usual, I'm your host, Patrick Hennessy, joined today by the man, Sean Petrucci. How are we doing today, Sean?
Doing well. How you doing?
Listen, I can't complain. We have a little sticky topic to talk about today. Before we get into that, everyone be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications for more. You guys know the deal. However, Sean, as I mentioned before, we have a little sticky situation to touch on. See, 2 puns in one there. But everyone, if you follow Major League Baseball, you kind of know the whole ordeal that's going down between kind of based on the MLB kind of coming down on pitchers using this sticky substance. I've never heard of it before yesterday. It's called Spider Track, I believe. I've honestly never heard of it before a couple of days ago, but apparently we've kind of known that Gerrit Cole has reportedly been using some sort of substance over the past couple of years to kind of improve spin rate. This is not anything that's new. I would say majority of pitchers across Major League Baseball probably use it or something like it to kind of enhance their spin rate. Trevor Bauer's been a very vocal player in kind of exposing this whole thing that's going on. But I think if you kind of look at the past couple of days, Josh Donaldson of the Twins kind of called Gerrit Cole out in particular, right? Kind of put Gerrit Cole on blast, kind of named him as the guy who's kind of like the ringleader of the whole orchestra, right? And Gerrit Cole's response was a little bit weak, to say the least. It was a lot of bit weak. Like we can't really say.
It was bad.
It basically went as saying, I don't know. I don't know how to quite answer that. He was just very ominous. He didn't confirm nor deny the fact that he's used Spider Track to kind of enhance his spin rate. However, I believe on Wednesday night he kind of proved everyone wrong that he doesn't necessarily need any sort of substance in order to be the elite pitcher that he is, right? His performance was solid, right? 6 innings, 2 earned runs off of the 2 solo shots. But I think the key with Cole is that his spin rate was kind of back to normal, right? And I think he's kind of proven that he doesn't need anything. It's not much of a situation for him anymore, right?
Yeah, I think his start tonight definitely silenced some people for now, because if he came out and got like rocked in the first like 3 or 4 innings, like it would have been bad. It's like 2 solo shots, whatever. Like even if he does use that stuff, he still gives up homers. We know that. I think the biggest thing I was looking for tonight is just walks. Like, would he be walking like 3 or 4 guys in 5 innings? Like that would
Yeah.
be concerning. But
And he didn't. He didn't walk anybody.
yeah, he didn't. But I think we need a bigger sample size before we could say, yeah, he doesn't need it. Like he's good. But this is a good start.
That's exactly my
The
thing.
first start after it all came out.
Yeah, because I said in the pregame on Wednesday, before Cole's first start after this whole saga began, right? This was going to be like one of the biggest starts of Gerrit Cole's career, just because he needed to kind of prove to the world that he could still be like a top of the line arm without the use of any substances. Because everyone had their doubts, and I kind of can compare it to when A-Rod went down with steroids, right? Because a lot of guys across the league were using it, but MLB kind of decided to make an example out of him just because he was the top of the line player using it, right? Even Barry Bonds too. So I think MLB wants to make an example out of somebody, and if they wanted to, it'd be Gerrit Cole. So I think it's kind of great to see him kind of just shut down that narrative for now. Because I think, like you said, if he would have came out on Wednesday night and just performed so poorly, can you imagine the reactions that we would get across Major League Baseball?
Dude.
And even personally, Sean,
Yankee
I
fan.
said before going into the game on Wednesday, my level of concern regarding like Gerrit Cole turning back into like Pirates Gerrit Cole without the sticky stuff was kind of like a 3 out of 10, right? However, if he would have had a really rough performance on Wednesday after the rough performance against Tampa, that would have shot up to like a 7 or 8. But I think right now, I think we're in the clear for now. Yeah. I think, like you mentioned, though, the sample size is obviously needed a little bit more. But, like, what do you think as a whole regarding this whole situation? Because for me personally, you see guys like Pete Alonso coming out and, like, vocalizing their frustrations with MLB for kind of, like, cracking down on this now regarding, like, certain free agency classes. They decide when and when they don't want to kind of pay attention to this kind of stuff. So I think MLB is very hypocritical in that sense, right? I think it's very odd timing. I think it's just strange all around that they've decided now, all of a sudden, they're going to come and crack down on these pitchers using these substances that have been being used for years, right?
I think what Pete Alonso said was bold, number one, to come out and like accuse Major League Baseball of pretty much just, I mean, a pretty serious thing.
Manipulating
I mean,
the market,
completely
honestly.
manipulating the free agent
Yeah.
market. The guy, I mean, this is guys' paychecks.
Yeah.
I mean, like you telling me guys like Trevor Story and not Lindor anymore, but Trevor Story, Correa, like these big guys coming up. You're telling me that Major League Baseball is manipulating it so that they don't get as much money now?
But that's my thing. It's so odd,
It's
and
it's
I could
weird, and the
under
owners and
I could understand why hitters would be frustrated,
yeah,
right? With pitchers kind of using some sort of substance, right? Because the ball's are already deadened. They don't want pitchers getting any more of a significant advantage. But kind of going back to Josh Donaldson right now, I think that those were such stupid remarks from him. And I say that because it's the truth. Stupid remarks for him to kind of come out and target only Gerrit Cole. And then the next day or a couple days after, when he was asked about it, then he kind of backtracks himself, right? Well,
of
he's like,
course.
well, it's not only Gerrit Cole. It's a lot. It's most pitchers in Major League Baseball, right? But then don't call Gerrit Cole out to start. And I think there was a lot of discussion going into Cole's start against the Twins, whether or not he was going to plunk Donaldson. And I said that I think rather than plunking him, Cole would be much better off making a statement and
And
making
he did.
Donaldson look absolutely stupid with his stuff. And he did. He made Donaldson look dumb, bro.
Those are
In
terrible at bats.
terrible at bats. And I think he was in his head. And I loved how he did kind of like the Chapman stare
Hmm.
afterwards too. But yeah, what do you think about those remarks by Donaldson? I mean, just stupid, right?
I don't have a problem with him calling out like the sticky stuff, like whatever. Because as a hitter, I'd be frustrated too. Like they
Yeah,
don't need any more of an advantage as they already have. But to single one guy out, even if he named like five guys, like just
I
don't do
know.
that. Don't do
I
that.
know.
What
It,
good is that gonna do? You're setting yourself up to just get embarrassed, which is exactly what happened.
it really makes no sense. But I think moving forward, I think Wednesday night was obviously a great sign from Gerrit Cole, right? You would have loved to see that rather than him getting
Yeah,
absolutely rocked.
to be
We'd be
honest.
having a much, much
I was
different
nervous for this
conversation right
game
now.
tonight. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, no, same.
Yeah.
But however, before we do kind of wrap things up regarding Cole's sticky situation here, bro, it's the best pun ever.
They're
I think it's important to note that now if you kind of look back at like those 2017, 2018 Astros, not only were they cheating offensively with the garbage cans and whatnot, but they were also cheating with the sticky substances because personally, I don't know if this is a conspiracy theory. It's honestly widely known at this point. The Astros were one of the first teams to kind of implement the whole higher spin rate kind of thing, right? All of a sudden, Justin Verlander went to Houston
yeah.
and his spin rate increased out of nowhere. A lot of people were thinking it was pine tar, but now I think that everything's starting to come out. It all kind of makes sense. I mean, going back to a couple years ago, I remember fans were kind of reporting like getting balls from like Verlander's start, and there was like a sticky substance on it. They thought it was like pine tar. Apparently, spider track. Never heard of it until a couple
Whatever
days
that
ago,
is.
but now it's a thing. But regardless, I think kind of if you look at the whole Cole situation as a whole, bro, that's two puns in a row. Let's go. The Cole situation as a whole, you kind of you have a lot to be confident about moving forward. I don't think Yankee fans have a lot to be stressed about regarding Gerrit Cole. However, I'd like to see MLB kind of make up their mind as to what they're going to do with this whole situation. Seems like everything's still all up in the air. Either flat out like ban these substances like to hell and back or just like legalize them. Personally, I think you should just legalize them at this
I
point.
think you
Like,
should too.
I don't know, legalize them, but juice the balls again. I
I was
think that
gonna
would be the
say
best of both
you
worlds.
can't have these substances and dead end balls. You can't.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
you look what the league wide offensive numbers right now.
It's true.
It's
You,
not
you
just the
killed
Yankees.
offense. You killed
Yeah,
offense.
you did. So you got to pick one or the other. You can't have
Yeah.
both.
But regardless, Gerrit Cole has kind of skated out of his sticky situation quite well so far. I guess we'll have to keep an eye on it moving forward. But with that being said, that is going to wrap things up for us today. Everyone, be sure, like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications for more. Like I always say, we're going live before and after every single Yankees game this season, so stay tuned for that content. Also, stay happy, stay healthy, stay safe. Peace.